The crowd was on its feet. Engines screamed at full throttle, the white flag waved high above the track, and two of NASCAR's biggest stars were about to settle the race in the most dramatic way possible. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson had spent the entire afternoon battling through traffic, avoiding mistakes, and putting on a masterclass in aggressive racing. Now, with only one lap remaining, everything came down to a fight that no fan would ever forget. From the moment the green flag dropped, it was obvious that both drivers had race-winning speed. Kyle Larson looked incredibly fast through the corners, carrying momentum that few drivers could match. His smooth driving style allowed him to gain time on every lap, while Kyle Busch relied on experience, patience, and perfectly timed moves to stay within striking distance. Throughout the race, the lead changed several times. Restarts created chaos, caution flags mixed up the strategy, and pit crews played a huge role in keeping their drivers in contention. Every pit stop had to be perfect because a single mistake could cost valuable track position. As the laps wound down, the tension inside the grandstands became almost unbearable. Fans knew they were witnessing something special. Larson had managed to build a small advantage, but Busch refused to let him escape. Every lap, the gap became smaller. Busch searched for every possible racing line, trying to find just enough speed to make one final charge. With 10 laps remaining, the intensity reached another level. Busch dove deeper into the corners than he had all afternoon, taking risks that only a veteran champion would dare attempt. Larson responded immediately, using every inch of the racetrack to defend the lead without crossing the line into unnecessary contact. 5 laps to go. The battle became personal, not in anger, but in determination. Neither driver wanted to give away even an inch of asphalt. Every corner was a chess match at nearly 200 miles per hour. Then came the moment everyone would remember. Busch closed, rapidly entering turn 1. He got underneath Larson, forcing both cars side by side through the corner. Their doors came dangerously close. As they accelerated off the turn, the cars made slight contact. The crowd erupted. Neither driver lifted off the throttle. Larson held the outside line while Busch powered forward on inside. Sparks flew as both cars bounced slightly from the contact, yet somehow they maintained control. It was hard, clean racing between two competitors who understood exactly where the limit was. Coming into the next corner, Larson fought back with incredible momentum around the outside. His car stuck perfectly to the racing groove, allowing him to pull even once again. Busch refused to surrender, keeping his foot planted firmly on the accelerator. The final lap began. Every fan knew this was going to be unforgettable. Busch took another aggressive run entering turn 3. This time the contact was harder. The cars leaned against one another, both fighting for the same piece of racetrack. Tires squealed, body panels rubbed together, and neither driver backed down. They exited turn 4 completely side by side. The checkered flag was now only a few hundred feet away. Larson found just enough grip coming off the final corner, while Busch squeezed every ounce of horsepower from his machine. The two cars raced toward the finish line with almost nothing separating them. The margin was incredibly close. For a split second, nobody inside the speedway knew who had won. As the timing screens updated, the winner was finally confirmed. One driver had captured victory by only a few thousandths of a second after one of the most exciting finishes of the season. Regardless of who crossed the line first, both Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson earned tremendous respect. Their battle showed exactly why NASCAR remains one of the most exciting forms of motorsport in the world. It wasn't just about speed, it was about courage, precision, and the willingness to push both yourself and your equipment to the absolute limit. After climbing from their cars, emotions were still running high. Team members celebrated, while others replayed the dramatic finish over and over again. Fans flooded social media with clips of the final lap, calling it one of the greatest finishes of the year. In post-race interviews, both drivers acknowledged the intensity of the battle. Busch spoke about giving everything he had and leaving nothing on the table. Larson praised the clean but aggressive racing, recognizing that battles like these are what fans come to see every weekend. Crew chiefs also praise their teams. Every adjustment made during pit stops, every tire change, and every fuel strategy decision had contributed to putting their drivers in position for such an unforgettable finish. For younger drivers watching, the race became a perfect lesson in racecraft. It demonstrated that aggressive driving must still be controlled. Every move requires trust, respect, and confidence in your competitor. The finish also reminded everyone why Kyle Busch remains one of NASCAR's fiercest competitors. Even after years at the highest level, his determination to fight for every position has never disappeared. At the same time, Kyle Larson once again proved why he is considered one of the most naturally gifted drivers in modern racing. His ability to maintain speed under immense pressure continues to impress fans and fellow competitors alike. Moments like these define NASCAR history. They become highlights replayed for years, inspiring future generations of drivers and giving fans memories they never forget. Whether you were cheering for Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson, one thing was certain. Everyone watching witnessed an incredible display of talent, determination, and fearless competition. If every race ended with this kind of intensity, NASCAR fans would never leave their seats. This was more than just a finish. It was a reminder of why racing captures the hearts of millions around the world. And if these two champions meet again at the front of the field, you can be sure that another unforgettable chapter is waiting to be written.